I'm going to show you how to make a general 2D part. First thing we're going to start with is geometry. I'm going to use circle, center, and radius. And I'm going to put a circle in the center at a radius of 2.5. From there I'm going to change the radius to 3/4. My X location will be 5 inches and -5. Now I'm going to place a line tangent to both of these circles and go through out the part. So I go to line at 2 points. So it has a beginning and an end, a beginning tangent here and an end tangent there. Choose my tangent icon. And you can see you have 2 different tangent possibilities there. I only want to machine around the outside of the part. I don't need any of the geometry that's in the inside, so I go to remove the closest and it will trim away to the closest intersection. Next I'm going to put a piece of stock around the part, so I'm going to use rectangle from corner to corner, and for this I'm just going to snap to a grid. You can tell it if there's a corner fillet or not. I'm going to take out the corner fillet. Now I'm going to put a couple of slots in this part. So what I'll do is I'll go to line at an angle parallel to the x-axis, 60 degrees. So parallel to this line at an angle at 60 degrees, another 60. Circle, center, and radius. My radius is going to be 1.5. That'll be the center of our arcs. I'm going to use an offset command, and we're going to make those slots a 1/2 inch in diameter, so we're going to go with 250 for the distance to offset. We're going to offset the inside and the outside of that. Next I'm going to show you a different method. I'm going to use circle, center, and edge. So I pick our center point. Let's go snap to all. And then pick the edge. No longer need those lines. Go back to remove the closest. Now I need 4 of these, so I'm going to go to edit, rotate around Z 90 degrees. And then I'm going to make copies, and there will be 3 of them. And to just demonstrate some drilled holes, I'm going to put in maybe a 1/4 inch, let's say 1/2 inch diameter hole, snap to the center of an arc or circle center, and we'll drill 2 holes. So our first step, maybe we're going to tie this plate down, so I'm going to drill my holes first. So I'm going to go to curve. Now a curve is just simply telling it what geometry that we're going to machine. Then your next step is to go to automation, and we'll make new holes. You can have different types of cycles for holes. We'll use a drill operation, and the depth will go 0.625, and you go to verify. Next, let's remove the material around the outside of the part. So we go back to automation. Let's see, go to curves, make a new curve. We're going to tell it what to machine first. And I'm going to double click my stock and then double click my part. Go to automation, and we'll use a new face operation. Tool 2, we'll use a 3/4. And we'll do a 3D preview and see what we get so far. Next we'll contour around the outside of the part, taking a finish pass. I should have left, let's leave stock allowance of maybe 20 thousandths for finish cleanup. Make a new curve. And we're going to start right here, so I'm just double click and contour. We'll use the same 3/4 tool. Take off our finish allowance, left for climb mill, right for convention. We'll use an automatic lead in and lead out so we can basically remove any witness marks. There's our lead in and lead out. Rather than start and stop at the same point, we'll just go in there until there's an overlap of 50 thousandths. 50. Now we'll produce our slots. And double click each slot. That will be a pocket. Tool 3, and we'll use maybe a 1/4 of an inch tool. See, we have a nice high-speed machining tool path so that there's an even chip load on the tool, so the tool's not taking and requiring a slower feed rate because the whole diameter is taken up in the material. You get better part finishes and use higher feed rates for that. Then you just go to your post, your G for G code. You can put in sequence numbers if you'd like. Select your post processor. In this case we're using a Haas. And post. And there's your G code.